This is call for Rotarians. Rotarians who are planning to visit Rotary Convention in Houston, Texas in June of 2022. If you're living in United States or you're living outside of United States, planning to come to convention but want to see a little bit of United States, we're inviting you to participate with us and travel through United States from Washington, D.C. For 8 days to Houston, Texas, and after convention from Houston, Texas to Washington, D.C. My name is Vitaly. I'm Rotarian since beginning of this century. I'm the founder and coordinator for RCF, Reunite Cultures Fund, and I've been going to the conventions year after year in Atlanta, Georgia, in Toronto, Canada, in Hamburg, Germany, and I noticed that many Rotarians like to see the country where the convention is happening before or after. So we put together a good trip, good tour for 8 days, travel from Washington, D.C. along the East Coast to Florida, enjoy the Florida, Disneyland, and travel to Houston, Texas. And after the convention, for the different group, same tour, but on the way back from Houston to Washington, D.C. On average, traveling time per day would be probably between 3 to 5 hours. Couple days, we actually 3 days to stay and enjoy the place. We'll visit the different restaurants, get the feeling of the American history along the way, have the great restaurants to visit. We'll visit with the Rotarians along the way. Pretty much this is the schedule that we put together, and it's just a bone schedule, but as a group will come together, we will discuss, and there would be possible minor changes in the trip if you decide to do one or another thing along the way. When we and how we travel, we'll travel on this brand new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van with the big screen TV, premium sound system, air conditioning, so it should be pretty comfortable. We did travel before. You probably have a question, do we have experience with that? Yes, we had over 40 groups since 2000. We did this kind of tours through the United States, and we have some experience, so we're going to show and have a great time with you. We're planning to get the good team of Rotarians, travel, make friends along the way, and become a good team as a group as well. Along the way, as I said, we'll make the arrangements to visit some of the Rotary clubs, socialize with the Rotarians, so probably around 5 Rotary clubs we should visit along the way. But also it's adjustable. So our tour will start from Washington, D.C. on May 26. And from there we'll pick you up as a group and we'll start to travel. First, we'll spend 1 day in Washington, D.C. because we wanted to see the Capitol, White House, different museums in the Washington, D.C., Air Force Museum. The next stop will be Williamsburg, Virginia. It's a very historical place to get a great feeling of United States and the history. So there's a whole street where the people wear that clothes from that time. There's a traditional food. It's a great experience of United States. Also, next stop going to be Charleston, North Charleston, in South Carolina, to get the south of United States with the food and seeing that town. It's a great town. Along the way from South Carolina, we're planning to go to Orlando, Florida. Before on the way, we can stop by in the Castillo de San Marcos, the oldest fortress in the United States. Also along the way, if the group will decide, we can stop by in the Cape Canaveral, and it's a great place, a great museum, and space shuttles happening there, so it's an option. So the next stop on our trip will be Disney, Orlando, Florida, where the Disney World is. We will dedicate it 1 day there if you decide to go to Disney or Universal Studio. We also can visit and get feeling of Florida by visiting the Gator land. We definitely will stop by and have a great meal in the Disney town. etc. We'll have some time. If we want to go to the Mexican Gulf site, we can visit the Salvador Dali Museum there. If you decide to go shopping, we can spend some time shopping in the Millennium Mall or relax at the Gulf beaches in Clearwater or St. Petersburg. The next stop after Orlando will be Tallahassee, so we probably will visit with the Rotarians right there. And after Tallahassee, we'll stop in New Orleans. Everybody wants to visit New Orleans sometime. So we'll have a great time in New Orleans city tour. We'll try traditional food there. We'll go to the French headquarters. It's a very musical town. It's not far away from there. We can visit, if you're interested, Tabasco Plain, the museum, the factory where they make Tabasco, famous Tabasco sauce. Also, if you like the nature, there is a park, very preserved park on the Avery Island. So it's a great place to visit, and a great spirit is there. That would be our last stop on the way to Houston, because we will finish on June 3 in Houston, Texas. There will be you will be there on your own for the convention, as well as I will be there as well. So when the convention will end on the June 9, we'll do the same tour with a different group from Houston, Texas, all the way to Washington, D.C. And if you're interested, please send us a message, get in touch with us. It's very affordable. We'll try to make a few bucks on this trip. The main reason we're doing it, to raise a few dollars so we can give the opportunity and spend it to bring the young talented group from your country, from other countries, to come to United States, participate in the cultural exchange program, have a great time, learn about Rotary, become a Rotaractors, like this group behind me from Ukraine. When they travel a couple times, then they became a Rotaract group. So we hope that other young people will fire up with the Rotary ideas and join us at Rotary. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're planning to go to the Rotary Convention in Houston, Texas, and you want to see United States before or after the convention, there's a 1 week, 7-8 days tour from Washington, D.C. to Houston, Texas, or after convention from Houston, Texas to Washington, D.C. Get in touch with us. There's some information above me, and whatever money you spend, and we can talk about that, will go to the 501c3 to pay your expenses, and we hope that there's a few bucks will be left over that young talented people will be able to use to go on this kind of trip in the future. So hope to hear from you soon. Let us know, and see you right there.